Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Joanne Moore, your favorite breath coach. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification to let you know when I post new videos. I was listening to a video the other day, and it struck me particularly odd and very thought-provoking because I was in that particular situation at one point. The question was, if you are what you do and you don't, who are you? Let you think about that for a second. So what the person was referring to, now mind you, the channel I was listening to is a little more spiritually in depth, and they do talk about deeper things than just what we see on the here and now reality. So their explanation got considerably deeper than where I'm going, but what I'm referring to is what's happened to so many people over the last couple of years. We have changed, and I'm sure you know people that have changed not only through their profession, but their whole life purpose. And the word purpose, I wasn't going to bring that up just yet, but the word purpose has been thrown around the internet, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's been more prevalent the last couple of years than it's ever been. And in my mind, it's put a lot of pressure on people. And I have talked to quite a few people, as a matter of fact, who sit and are actually feeling bad about themselves because they haven't got a purpose. Okay, and guilty. Okay, I went through that. I went through a short interval of not knowing what my purpose in life was. However, that was immediately after having everything stripped away from me: my job, my business, my place of residence, essentially my identity. Short of just having my wallet stolen. Yeah. So anyway, so the person was referring to, you take your average Joe. I'm going to use a factory worker in particular because I happen to know quite a few. Um, you do the same job for decades. You get up, you go to work, you do the same job for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day. And then by the time you get home, you're too exhausted to do anything else. And sometimes you don't even have time to play with the kids or the dog or the cat or whatever. And we forget to have hobbies for ourselves. We forget to play for ourselves. We forget to take care of ourselves. And I was guilty. Just for the sake of argument, running a restaurant is not a self-care routine. Just saying. I loved my job, by the way. I'm not chastising that in any way, shape, or form. I had innumerable benefits from that. However, when it was all gone, I had that question: who am I? Well, the speaker in the video goes on to explain the whole spiritual awareness thing and the steps to go through, and what you need to strip away from yourself. But I'm going to simplify it down just a little bit, in that when you are going through life, whose opinion are you listening to about you? You're told what to do as a child, you're told what to do when you go through school. You change your personality to get approval from others, whether it's from, again, teachers, classmates, friends, coworkers. And there goes my kitty. It's playtime. But you go through these phases, and then you end up changing yourself, and at some point you actually ask yourself, who am I? And this does present, for some people, a little bit of a conundrum. You sit there and you wonder, and then you start fussing about, oh my God, so and so did this, and so did that, and so did this. Yeah, but guess what? We can't all build the Eiffel Tower. And we can't all build Microsoft. We can't all be like the Wright brothers and build a plane. or what's his name, Elon Musk, and what he's doing with Tesla, et cetera, et cetera. Some of us can simply be on this planet to encourage others. That is something that is very much needed. If you can encourage somebody by sharing a smile, that's huge. There are people who go through their days because of their work environment who don't know what a smile is from another person because of the work environment they're in. If you're a teacher and you're taking the time to teach children, you're molding their little minds. You're creating new geniuses. How are you doing that? Are you doing it by chastising, or are you doing it by encouraging? Because if you're encouraging, you're changing the world. You're changing the face of the future. And, if you're a nurse or if you are a waitress and you take the time for that one older person that comes into the restaurant or diner or wherever you happen to be working who doesn't have a lot, and you buy them a coffee once or twice a week because you can and they can't really afford it, so they always have just water. You have a customer like that? That's something to think about. You could be that one person that simply points out the obvious to everyone else who takes things for granted. For instance, I have friends and family members who chronically complain about the number of things that they have. Well, I have to pay for my kids' college and it's really hurting the budget and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? There's a few geniuses out there who can't afford college. And I'm okay pointing that out, by the way. I really am. If you're one of those people that sit there and chronically complain about all the damn bills that you have to pay, I don't freaking care. Bless yourself and feel freaking blessed that you have bills to pay. Because there's a whole lot of people that don't. There's a whole lot of people that would like to. If you have kids that are in college and you're complaining about the price of college, I don't fucking care. Be grateful you have the money to send them to college. You guys made that choice, and it is always your choice. I've gotten way freaking off topic here, but gee, oh well, what else is new? But these are actually, it's not so much off topic. If you weren't a parent complaining about how much college costs you for your kid, what would you be doing? Sit with that for a while. Ask yourself that. If you weren't the factory worker making 30, 40, 50 bucks an hour, whatever the hell the rate is right now, I don't even know. I don't really care. With all the benefits that you get to go with it, if you weren't that person, who would you be right now? If you didn't have the 2 cars in the garage and you didn't have the boat and the cottage, who would you be? What would you be doing? Strip off the labels, strip off the layers, strip off all the stories that you've told yourself, all the jobs that you've done, all the things that other people have told you that they approve of you, and you just like, oh, I like that, so I'm going to continue to do more of it. But is it something you really want to do, or is it just you doing it because it made somebody else happy? No. Breathe. Anyway, back to the topic. If this is what you've always done and you're not doing it now, who are you? Take away your religion, take away the title of teacher, factory worker, lawyer, doctor, whatever. Who are you? Are you the uplifter? Are you the naysayer? Are you the one that has this idea that you don't know what to do with? You know what? There's 10, I know, I'm not even going to say 10 billion. I don't even know how many billions of people are on this planet. But somebody out there is going to be able to help you. Take the time to reach out. Talk about it with somebody. If you have a great idea, share the idea. We're not meant to do this thing called life alone. And until you reach out for help, it's just going to sit there and stew. And then you know what's going to happen if you don't act on the idea that you have? Because I've done this, by the way, and I can say this because I've done this. When you don't act on the idea that you have, you end up feeling bad about yourself, which starts a whole little monkey mind squirrel thing going on. It ain't pretty. So, who are you? I want you to sit with a piece of paper. You don't have to. I'm inviting you to sit with a piece of paper and a pen, not a computer, not your little phone. Put the phone down, turn it off, turn the notifications off, turn the sound off, and grab some old-fashioned paper and pen and sit for a few minutes. Take away your name. Take away your jobs. Take away all the things that people have told you. You're nice, you're pretty, you're handsome, you dress well, you have pretty earrings, you know, whatever. Take away all that stuff. Who are you? You didn't have to go to work. You didn't have to do all that stuff. Who are you? What would you be doing? You have an infinite supply of money in the bank. As soon as you take some out, something gets put in. Who are you and what are you doing? Write it out. Strip off the layers. Find out. You might be surprised. And if you have trouble with that, because at the end of the day, seriously, your mind is freaking out doing stuff. It may not be the best time to do this. Do it first thing in the morning when you get up, before the noise chatter starts. Ideally, somewhere between 3 and 4 in the morning is the quietest time. Don't ask me why, it just is. It works great for me. I that's the time I tend to spend just quietly. I actually just lay in bed and breathe and allow things to come to me. Sometimes I get, a conversation going in my head. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes I just listen to the rain. Sometimes I listen to the birds. Sometimes there's traffic. We're not too far from a major road, but listen to the silence. Listen to your heart. Strip away all the other stuff. If you're not what you do, take away the title. What you've always done. Who are you? Stew on that for a little while. Drop a comment below when you get done. Let me know how you make out. And don't compare yourself to anyone else. It's one of the worst things we do for ourselves. Comparison. There is no comparison between the sun and the moon, and I know you've all probably heard this comment before, but I'm going to say it anyway. There is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They each shine in their own time. Shine in your time. Take some time with that exercise. Give it a week. And if you have trouble with it, drop a comment below. Let me know or email me at breathtolifecoaching@gmail.com. I'll put the email address in the box. Let me know how you make out. I really want to know. I really, really want to know how you're doing. Because so many people are just pushing through just to get through. And having been there, it ain't that freaking comfortable. I love you guys. Be kind to yourselves. You are the most important project you will ever have the privilege of working on. Be kind to yourself. Bye for now.